We are back from recess. Council, I wanted to have some initial discussion and potentially make a recommendation for council, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on the candidates and how you felt it went.
My recommendation is I think you need to give it some time there and process what we've heard tonight. It's your appointment, but my recommendation is that you take some time to think about what we've heard and about how you want to lead the city going forward.
I agree.
So if we did that, would it be at the following meeting for the appointment? Or is that on the 25th?
Yeah, as long
as I don't make it.
As long as we fall within that 60 days. If we don't fall within the 60-day, that 60-day period without an appointment, we have to go to a special election, start that process. Yes.
Oh.
Next meeting would fall within that.
Yeah. Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I could make an appointment by next council meeting. I feel like we have 4 great candidates who I could make an appointment out of. If it's council's will for me to maybe take a night or 2 weeks, I guess, to think about it, since it's not tomorrow, I'm happy to do that.
That would be my preference. Give some time to think about it.
Okay. Well, we are going to table this then. I'm going to follow council's recommendation and table this until the 25th. At the 25th, I will make the recommendation. However, I will call the candidates in before the council meeting to let them know, so you have kind of an idea of where I'm leaning. That is comfortable with council members, or council members and candidates. Sorry. I'm seeing a lot of shaking heads from the candidates. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you guys for coming out and interviewing and doing this process with us. I really feel good about it and made it way open for the community to be able to hear your answers. So
If I
thank
can
you.
just say something.
Of course.
I appreciate that as well. I love the conversation, the dialogue. I love to listen to the answers. I'm somebody that has to analyze things and think for a while. So I appreciate you coming in and being willing to let us have the interaction.
Any other comments or anything from council? If not, we will move on. So next item on the agenda is council reports. Guess what? I have a report. I know you're shocked. I gotta find that paper in the million of papers that I have. So like I said last time, I was going to start talking about the meetings that I go to and the different things that I'm involved in. Like I said during a lot of the interviews, I'm involved in quite a bit. One of the meetings that I attended was on 1/4, which I attended the South Central Kansas Legislative Delegation Networking Reception Leadership Remarks, and I actually did give the greetings in the first presentation to the South Central delegation. I mingled with them. I was able to meet our House and State Senate leadership. They are amazing people, and if you have the opportunity to be able to mix and mingle with them, I highly recommend it. They have amazing priorities and really want to listen to the people, so if you have that chance, please do. On 1/10, so yesterday I went to the Sedgwick County Commissioners meeting. I do watch all of the meetings. I'm not always able to attend because they are during the day, and I do work 8 to 5. But I was able to attend in person this meeting, and I was able to see the changing of the gavel, which moved to, like I said, to Commissioner Beatty as the chair, and he is a commissioner for Kechi. So having that, both Kechi representatives having been back to back as our chairs is quite a feat for us, and I strongly recommend that if you have the chance to listen to Commissioner Beatty or have the chance to talk to him, he's really intelligent and really passionate about the people, and he is the one who brought up the homelessness task force with Commissioner Howell. He's extremely passionate about people, and that really resonates with me. Him and I do more business on the foster care side than I do as a mayor, and so that, to me, it just screams that he is there for the less fortunate. I have been meeting with Matt Jinsby a lot. Him and I talk more than I probably talk to my significant other. So, sorry, Brett. Things that we've been working on, we've been looking through the city code to talk about the park board. I want to bring this back. I want to do it right though, and there's a lot that goes into the park board, and we want to make sure that we have the right format. And with the fact that we now have a smaller Kechi Fair committee, we may need to take some time to really make sure that all of our civic groups are together and prospering before we jump into another project. So I don't want you to think that it's not on my radar. It is. It's just I want to do it right for Kechi. Community conversations, I want to bring those back. Like I said, I'm involved in a lot. So having those monthly may not be the best for me, but we may be able to spread it out and have other council members work through it. Since it was my project, we need to make sure that works with other council members' schedules, so that is a process that we are working through. So again, stay tuned for all of those comments as well. Last thing, I know communication is a big thing. It's always been on my radar. We're still trying to devise a plan to make sure that we're getting the proper communication out, that we are really doing Kechi the service it needs. So be patient with us as we work through that. Matt is only 2 meetings in, and he has a lot of my projects on his list, and I do not make it easy for him. So just give us grace, and we will continue to work through those. Meetings I have coming up, K254 corridor meeting is here in Kechi in our community room on 119. I have SCAC now on 120. It was pushed from this weekend to next weekend because of the bitter cold. I have REAP on 125, and I have the chamber chair lunch, which I am a representative for REAP at, on 26. So that's what I'll be doing for the next couple weeks. Any other council members have any updates they'd like to give? I do, I got lots of things covered, but I'm happy to share the wealth if anybody else would like to do something. All right, well, staff reports is next.
Mayor and council, staff reports, full staff reports will be the second meeting of each month. Sherry, having staff come in and give an overview of things that are going on in every meeting just wouldn't provide us with much information. So the last meeting of the month, we'll have full staff reports from each one of our department heads. Just a couple comments I would like to make, piggybacks on things that have already been said. Public Works and Police Department, hats off to those guys. They have been working hard in this cold weather. It's going to be a rough weekend for them. We've got comments from Public Works. I don't know if Thomas is still in here. For clearing the streets. Many cities do not clear side streets. We still do it, and we'll do it as long as we can. So I know it's a lot of work. They're just out there all the time. And really, all of our employees, I'm just super, super impressed with them. They do so much with less. They work hard. You know, they're very efficient in what they do. Nobody is up goofing off during the day. They're just working, and I appreciate them. So I do want to just respond to Bob real quick. Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think my first week here we talked.
Yes.
Yes, and I apologize if I didn't remember that, but I talked to a lot of people my first week. So I do remember you. And I remember our discussion about the sidewalks, and the information he brought up with the park is valid. There's a lot of things that need fixed over there. I did go over, I looked at the sidewalk, I looked at the bridge, I've talked to Thomas with Public Works. There are some issues. The sidewalks are, certain portions of the sidewalks are being cracked because people who live over there are driving over them to do landscaping in their backyard. So we need to find a solution to that before we repair the sidewalks. We can make the repairs, but they would just be busted up when a truck drives over them again. So, Bob, we're aware of it. We're working on it. Can guarantee nothing's going to be done this week. It's pretty darn cold out there, but it's on our radar. So thank you for bringing that up tonight. Last thing is I met with Ty Lasher, the city administrator, city manager in Bel Air, and we've really been working to try to bring conversation between the cities together, and Ty and I have developed a good relationship in this short time. One of the things that came up in our monthly meeting this month was Bel Air lost their brush dump site. There's been development coming up around it, they can't burn anymore, so their citizens are without a brush dump site. I threw it out there that we could consolidate and allow Bel Air to dump on our site over here. In reality, some of them probably already do, so I don't know that would increase things too much. And in return, he offered to allow Kechi residents Bel Air resident rates for their rec commission. So I think that would be a good exchange of services and allow us to work together and start, working together. It's just gonna be so vital for us to work together. Our two cities, including Park City, moving forward in the future with all the growth that's around here, we can't do it alone. We're gonna have to do it together. So I think this is a good first step. We meet each month, talk in between, and we'll just keep making progress. So that's all I have tonight.
Thank you for that update. And thank you, Teresa, for, coming to all the meetings with very little voice this week. I want to give you that shout out. It's been pretty awesome to hear you squeak at us all. So,
I joked that maybe her New Year's resolution was to talk a little quieter, and I realized that it wasn't voluntary. So.
It happens. Thank you. All right, council, we are at the meeting adjournment. I would entertain a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting. Motion by Kendra, second by Paul. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carries 4-0. We're done for the night, sorry.